Hello everyone, it's Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo. I'll go by Nicole for this one. This is my green screen studio. There's not going to be a background up or anything. And this is the desk that I asked for help in buying, and a couple of you made donations so I can get it. This is the set for my show. And essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to turn this into a newsroom. That would be on like a Herald or a Gladiator, not a Gladiator, Retaliator, which will be my ship of choice when I'm in the world, the Star Citizen universe, the player universe. And my idea is going to come into its fruition in this episode of, well, later on in this episode of Star Citizen AA, when I start giving you a new treat. And that treat will be in-game news. Yeah, you'll see my head go out of this one. There is absolutely no way to film this by myself, which will be another thing I'll talk about in the next few weeks. So, I am taking this box apart, this Sonax desk that was made in Canada and came to me via a FedEx truck. It's much heavier than I expected it to be. So my idea for Star Citizen AA is that I need to bring the content of the player universe into the game, into the series somehow. Now there's a lot of things that are going on in the content, lore based, and a lot of things that are going on in the real life, like the development of the game. Some of those things crisscross. Kind of like we were just given a new fighter, the Gladius, and that has come to us because they think that we should have another cheaper military fighter, to offset the 300i or something like that. Oh God, this is heavy. You've got to be kidding me. So, the lore behind that made me start thinking. The lore behind it is that the UEE was coming to an end of their transitioning the fighter squadrons from the Gladius to the newer Hornet. So essentially what they're telling us is that every single squadron out there has a Hornet, which is kind of like the United States Navy today, where everything is a Hornet, right? The Hornet is a fighter, the Hornet is a bomber, the Hornet is an interceptor, it's a early warning, not early warning, radar jamming craft, and it's also at times a refueler. So the Hornet's doing all that. So, kind of picking from what's going on in the US today, that's what they're doing. Well, in the lore, the Hornet was never meant to be a civilian fighter, a civilian ship, and because of Vandal raiding attacks and stuff on the outskirts of UEE, somebody came up with the great idea to put them in the hands of civilians. So civilians got it. The program was exceedingly successful, and they decided that with the Gladius being moved out of service, kind of like the Avenger was in the service of the advocacy and the military before, and then it was moved into civilian use. Well, the Gladius is being moved into the use of civilian is being converted for use by civilians. So I thought, why would I want to report on the basic elements of, oh, we have a new ship and it's for sale and it's $80, instead of on the really cool part, which is, here we are in this game universe and things, I should say this living, breathing, developing, evolving player universe, and we're getting this rich content that's being written by David Haddock and his team, and how do we let that just go by and just talk about the Gladius as a, it's another ship we could spend money on? So I was thinking long before this about doing a show in universe. In fact, when I had David Haddock on my show, I asked him if he could please write my player character into the game as a news reporter, and that's because if you're a subscriber for 12 straight months, or if you pay for a 12-month subscription, sometime out there, somewhere in the universe, you'll find a character with your name, whether it's a real-life name or in-game user ID name, I don't know, but that's pretty much what they told us. So I asked David to do that, and I started thinking back then, and it was when the Gladius situation came out that I decided it was time. I had already asked you for help on this desk because I was thinking about it, and I had an idea for this desk. So this desk is pretty cool looking. It's cheap, and from what it looks like, I could easily upgrade it. And I'm thinking about painting it, putting a couple of additions on it, and making it look like a console on a ship that I could sit behind and make my news desk. Put the Star Citizen AA, or I think we're going to call this the UEE Weekly Report, or Weekly Update, or maybe UEE Weekend Update. I don't know. We're coming up with all different names, and there's still a contest for that. And also where I could throw a logo on the front of the desk for some Elite Dangerous stuff I want to do, because I want to report on both of these games. So that's where my purchasing this desk came from, and building this set. It's pretty cool, you know. I wonder how many people have a green screen set in their basement. These are the things I'm looking forward to starting and doing, and hopefully this episode comes into fruition over the next 36 hours. And when it's released on Wednesday, y'all give me as many thumbs up and shares as you can, and I grow my channel even more. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to have news from outside of the universe. I'm still doing that. And I think you'll like the way that I make the transition from one into the other. It's going to be quite fun. With that said, remember there's still a Super Hornet contest going on in this channel for me. I'm giving away a Super Hornet that's being provided by Cloud Imperium Games. The F7CM still is not available. It's a limited ship. It hasn't been for sale. It will be again for a short time. But this is your opportunity to get one. And you only have to do one thing. All you have to do is share this episode through Twitter, Facebook, or Google+, or all three. You can have up to 3 entries, so one for each one of those social networks per episode. And then make sure you take a screenshot of each one, send it to theaddictedgamer@gmail.com, and make sure you put Super Hornet Contest in the subject field. And now for the last part. Being a member of Patreon, being a creator out there, has actually been quite enlightening after reading all of the other people's pages and what they're doing. And I think that maybe there was a little bit of confusion in my pledge video. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those of you that like the show and want to help it grow. I mean, I'm getting this equipment, I'm putting in the time, I'm doing these shows not just for my passion for the game and for being a video editor, but also to bring you guys the news and what's going on in the Star Citizen universe and other things I do. When I initially put it out there, I asked you to pledge a certain dollar amount per video. The only videos that count are the 4 to 5 Star Citizen AA episodes a month, depending on if the month is a 4-week or a 5-week month, right? So those are the only ones that count. All the other ones going into the feed are not pay-for videos. They are free. And if you choose not to donate to support the show through a monetary pledge, it's okay. Just keep watching. That's all I ask for. I'm just saying, I'd love to get better. I'd love to do the things that you guys want to see online, and I'm trying to make that happen. This is a lot of things to do for no money, right? And yeah, I'm getting experience and I'm loving doing this, but I'm just, like any other artist, just saying, if you feel like it, do it, and that's it. So I'm going to get to work on this desk, I'm going to get to work on the episode, and I'm going to kick some butt getting all of this ready, so on Wednesday morning you guys could tune in to my channel and see episode 37 of Star Citizen AA. Thank you. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.